Hello everyone, welcome back to the show. We're here at the Joshua Venture Group to learn more about social entrepreneurship. Let's take a look. We're here at the Joshua Venture Group, and this really is one of the premier organizations that are out there to help young leaders get their ideas out there. Tell us a little bit about your organization.
Sure. Well, the Joshua Venture Group identifies, nurtures, and promotes social entrepreneurs who are working on ventures to transform the Jewish community. And so what we do is we work with 8 social entrepreneurs who have early stage ventures that are working in all areas of the Jewish community, and we help them to develop their organization, to develop their structure, their strategies, their fundraising, everything that helps them to launch their venture and realize their vision. People are coming to us with the identification of what's needed in the community, and we're helping them to support that vision and create it into an actuality. So right now we are doing a search for the 8 fellows who are going to participate in our dual investment program. And we call it the dual investment program because we're investing in both the person and the project. We provide about $50,000 each year for for 2 years in funding, and also support stipends for health insurance and professional organizational development. And in addition to that, we bring the entrepreneurs from around the country together for retreats, for skills development, and we really build a community of peers as well. The other thing that we're able to provide for these entrepreneurs is access to networks at a national platform. We really are able to provide them exposure. Organizations are always coming to us and asking us, we want to know what's new, what's interesting. We want to see some young leaders and hear about the energy that's going on in different areas. And so we're able to give our fellows speaking opportunities and exposure on a national level.
And being like a social entrepreneur, what does that mean?
What does that mean? That's a good question. And I'll tell you the way we define it is, we're not just interested in starting new for the sake of new. We're really interested in ventures that can be entrepreneurial, meaning that they look at things from new angles, and that they can even be a project that's embedded in a larger established organization, but they need to have a dynamic leader who is willing to, has a vision, and is willing to overcome any obstacle to realize that vision. And so what we're looking for in terms of social entrepreneurial activities are things that are really looking at root causes and looking to transform the community through new models. So we're working here in the Jewish community on a foundation of tradition, but what we're looking for are innovative funding models to expand the pie where the money is coming from, whether that's earned income models or tapping new donors, but not necessarily going back to the same donors. We're looking for people who have identified voids in the community where there's needs that are not being met. And so what we're looking for are people who are looking at sort of the big picture of the Jewish community and saying, this is something that's really needed, and here's my creative solution that's going to really alter the landscape of the Jewish community as we now know it.
Right. And how are you guys funded?
We are funded by 4 foundations: the Charles and Lynn Schusterman Foundation, the Littman Camphor Foundation, the Nathan Cummings Foundation, and the Stanford and Joan Alexander Foundation. Each of them have come in on an equal basis, and they've committed for 5 years. So basically we're in a very fortunate position, in a very stable position, especially at this time in the economy, where we are committed to working with 2 cohorts of 8 social entrepreneurs over the next 4 years. So we'll bring on 8 ventures and fellows in the next year, and then in 2012 we'll bring on another 8.
Yeah. That's very exciting. That, you're going to have like these new projects coming into the community that will really help influence, hopefully, so many different people, and with your successes in the past.
And we have an amazing track record in that 14 of the 16 alumni venture organizations are still in existence, and even the ones that aren't necessarily in existence have had an amazing impact.
Mm-hmm.
Last night I was in Boston, and Yavila McCoy came to our informational session, and she was talking about her project Ayeka. And even though that organization is no longer in existence, it had tremendous impact that when she was brought on as a Joshua Venture Fellow, when she Googled Jewish diversity, which was the topic of her project, she found nothing. And now when you Google it, there's a whole wealth of information. There's several organizations. So her work was truly groundbreaking. And she really started a lot of those initial conversations with funders, with community leaders, and had a transformative effect on the Jewish community.
That's great. And how can people apply for this?
Well, now is the time. Our applications are due January 3rd, and we try to make it straightforward, and it's online, and the idea is just tell us your concept, and it could be anywhere from just an idea to an organization or a venture that's been in existence for 5 years and under $500,000 in budget. And you just go online to joshuaventuregroup.org and tell us what the need is, what your solution is, and who else is doing it, why you're different, how you're going to transform the Jewish community, how you think it will be funded, and then you can upload any other marketing information that you have available, brochures or articles written about you, videos from your site. So and that's it. That's the first stage, and then there'll be a couple more stages where we'll ask for more information and have an in-person interview, and then we'll announce the fellows in April, and the program starts in June.
Yeah, no, this is really, when I spoke to a couple of my friends who heard about it, and now they have all these ideas coming around, and it's like it really helps.
Yeah.
Or, once you know there's an opportunity, then it's gonna, people start thinking.
And that's why we want to do is we want to generate. One of our board members says you have to give people permission. You have to give people permission to dream.
Right.
And so this is saying, if you have an idea, you can think it through, and I think we're trying to see what value we can bring beyond those 8 people, because it is going to be quite limited, and there's so many great ideas. And so one of the things we're looking at doing is connecting people when they have similar ideas from across the country. If you're in New York and you're interested in working on clean energy in the Jewish community, and in California, that we can link people up, and just the idea that these ideas are now percolating in the community, I think, is really valuable. And in certain of the places that I've gone to about 10 different cities with these informational sessions, and in a few cities, someone in the middle, towards the end of the session, would look at the other people in the room and say, why don't we just get together and pitch ideas to each other, and we can help network, and we can help formulate these ideas, and then maybe they can bring it to some other institutions within their community. So I think it's a great opportunity to generate some excitement around what if I could, what would I do?
Right.
So
it's great, and thank you for helping people really realize their potential, because this is fantastic. And I'll definitely tell people out there, apply, because this is really a fantastic opportunity. But thank you again for your time.
Sure.
I look forward to the
Thank
future
you.
successes of Joshua Venture Group.
Great.
As you can see, Joshua Venture Group is truly an amazing organization. Check them out online at joshuaventuregroup.org. And we'll see you next time in the Urban Herman Zone.